you're doing well. It is Monday. It's Monday. February 2nd, 2026. You guys, I'm literally having to get up to go open the door. This has been my day today, but I am not going anywhere. I will be right back, and then we're going to get started on our new series, Love Series. So do bear with. I'll be right back. I'm online. Opening the door. Put that in your pocket. I'm on live stream right now. Everyone can hear you. We're talking about love. We're talking about love. The true love, the real kind. Now, I did a series back in 2022, the Love Series. I actually did two, the Love Series and the Honor Series. And I had 3 videos for each one. And as I was thinking about what am I going to share that I haven't already shared, because I covered the basics, I covered the foundationals on love. So I am being shown, and a lot is being unveiled and revealed to me. I feel like this series is going to go a little deeper than the last series. So by the way, if you're new, you weren't here in 2022, I welcome you to go watch the first series of Love and Honor and get those foundational revelations and understandings in your spirit, in your soul, and in your body, so you can be equipped to understand, not intellectually, not even emotionally, not physically, but spiritually, first and foremost, what is love, the true love. So with that said, I'm actually going to be doing the Love Series for both our Mind Heart Mondays and Recovery Tuesdays, because we're going to get into relationships. Now, this is something I've shared in the past that I would do. I was going to do a Kingdom Marriage series. We're going to get into that this year. Yes, we're going to get into this. Now, when I say Kingdom Marriage, I am referring to God-ordained union between man and woman. This is what I'm speaking of when I say this. So this I'm going to probably be sharing on our Recovery Tuesdays. Not probably, I'm going to be sharing this for our Recovery Tuesdays. So if you're interested, I welcome you to tune in tomorrow. And every Tuesday this month, we're going to get into what is love. So with that said, welcome everybody. I welcome you in the chat, I welcome you in the live stream, and I welcome you on the replay. My name is Ruby. I'm a certified therapeutic art life coach and founder of She's Restored. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this series. So one of the things that was very different and interesting this time around, as I was kind of putting this together and seeing where I was being led, was I have been getting a lot of song messages. It's not very surprising in some levels, but on other levels, for a series, I've never really had that happen as my guide. So by the way, I'm sorry about the interruptions, y'all. As a guide to my teaching, at least not in this capacity. Yes, in other teachings, prophetic teachings, I definitely share song messages all the time. So this is going to be exciting and fun for me, because I have so many playlists from years before on love songs. So obviously we're gonna go through all of it. Okay, we're gonna go into the foundational love, which is God's love, that we must have first and foremost to understand every other type of love that we have. So with that said, let's get into what is love. Just as I shared back on peace, we were doing our peace series not too long ago. I told you that peace was spiritual. If I don't have the spirit of peace, then I don't have love. Or if I don't have the spirit of peace, then I can't understand peace. So, with that said, love is spiritual first. Hey, love?
Yes.
Can you turn on that fan, please? On the microwave?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Thank you very much.
No more.
Okay. Don't mind my husband right now, you guys. So let's get into this. What is love? Let's go to 1 John chapter 4. Just as the spirit of peace comes from peace himself, if I'm to have peace in my spirit, yes. If I'm to have peace in my everyday life, I must have peace spiritually. In the same way, if I'm to have the love, the true, real, everlasting love, I must have it in my spirit first. For God is love. God is love. God is peace. God is joy. So, let's understand this a little bit. I am going to bring scripture into this because this is the foundational understanding of love himself. And I'm not going to get too... I'm not going to camp here as much this time around because I already have a video on loving God. It's actually on loving God, okay? I think I called it Love God, Love Yourself, Love One Another. Now we're going to understand a little bit more about how we are loved, or how we should be loved, okay? Because I want to give you the fullness of this in both series, okay? I was very deliberate about this. I'm like, I don't want to repeat what I've already taught. I actually want to expound on what I've already taught. So let's get into this. God is love. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God. And whoever loves has been born of God and knows God. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. Okay, so straight away I have to have this revelation for myself. If I'm struggling with love, it's because my revelation of God is either it's not truly revealed yet, or I am struggling to accept the revelation. Because this is my foundation to understanding, not just mentally and intellectually, but understanding in my heart, understanding in my decisions, understanding in my life as a whole, what love is. Okay? In this love of God was made manifest among us, that God sent his only Son into the world so that we might live through him. And this is love, not that we have loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son to be the propitiation for our sins. Okay, so here we understand, and this is actually life-changing for those of us who grew up in households where we were taught that love must be earned. This breaks that deception completely. We did not earn God's love. He gave it to us freely. So if you have grown up and you're a full-grown adult now, and you feel like you have to perform to be loved, or the flip side, you feel like others should perform for you so that you can love them, it is because you do not understand the foundation of love. God loved us so much that he gave all he had for us. Okay? Beloved, if God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. So right away, we understand that I love because I am loved. But only then can I truly love. So again, in my first series, I was teaching how there is a divine order to understanding and receiving and believing and living in this love. I first must have the revelation from love himself. And that revelation and that spirit of true love must flow through me so that I can first love self. Okay? Then that love pours through me outward to love others. So there is a divine order to this. And it's very powerful and very deep, actually. No one has ever seen God. If we love one another, God abides in us, and his love is perfect in us. This is interesting how I like how this is paired together. No one has ever seen God. If we love one another, no one has ever seen God. If we love one another, God abides in us, and his love is perfected in us. So in other words, my revelation of God's love is going to be demonstrated in how I love others. And that is the evidence of God's existence altogether. By this we know that we abide in him and he is in us, because he has given us of his Spirit. And we have seen and testify that the Father has sent his Son to be the Savior of the world. Whoever confesses that Jesus is the Son of God abides in him, and he in God. So we have come to know and to believe the love that God has for us. God is love, and whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. By this is love perfected with us, so that we may have confidence for the day of judgment, because as he is, so are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. For fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. We love because he first loved us. If anyone says, I love God, and hates his brother, he is a liar. For he who does not love his brother, whom he has seen, cannot love God, whom he has not seen. And this commandment we have from him: whoever loves God must also love his brother. So again, there's this correlation between my reception of God's love and how I and then pour it into or onto others. Very powerful. So what is love? God is love. This is the spiritual foundational truth about love. The Spirit. I must say this together. The Spirit of love. Spirit of love. Hi, welcome everybody. Good to see you coming in the chat. Now, just as for the first, I think it was the first video, maybe it was all the videos before, when I did this love series 4 years ago. It's crazy to think that, actually. And it was in February as well, so it's been literally 4 years. I talked about the love passage. Many of us know this, and if you don't, then now you will. And it's actually been quite a while since I've read it. It is in 1 Corinthians. It's 2 Corinthians, y'all. That's how long it's been since I've read it. I am being schooled on love. Or no, is it 1 Corinthians? It's not 1 Corinthians 11? No, it's not. It is actually... Well, 1 Corinthians 11 is one that I camped out in quite a while. So that one always sticks in my spirit. It is 1 Corinthians, but it's 13. I apologize, y'all. It has been a minute since I've read this. And I'm definitely 4 years later, because 2022 for me was a very beautiful year. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous year for me. And there was so much that happened actually that year. And I really was in a space where I had completely surrendered to God's will for my life, specifically in this area. And I was surprised actually by things that happened that year in this area, in the area of love, and specifically romantic love. But I was surrendered to the Lord's will, and I allowed Him to intercede and intervene as He needed to. And we'll get into that actually. We'll get into that when I'm talking on Tuesday on relationships and kingdom marriage. Because yes, when I'm surrendered to God's will, I'm also in a space where I understand we have free will. So I can be surrendered, and that doesn't mean my partner is. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Let's get into this first. 1 Corinthians 13, chapter 13, verse 4. 4 through 8. Okay? Love is patient and kind. Are you guys patient and kind? Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but it rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things, and love never ends. So, I always say this when I read this passage, and I feel like it is because we all struggle in some area. Of this list of descriptors of what love is and is not, there is something that resonates with you either because you struggle with it or because you don't struggle with it. And I think the reason is because this helps us. It's sort of like a mirror to kind of show us our strength or our disabilities when it comes to love and having this revelation for ourselves. Now, obviously, none of us are perfect, and none of us will ever get all of this right at all times. But it's definitely a benchmark to help us understand a little bit better and a little bit deeper what true love is. Okay, so let's say you struggle with insisting on your own way. You just can't be bothered to have anybody else get in your way of what you want. This is something that you need to work on. Or let's say you're not very patient or you're not very kind. So this is a nice reminder to help us remember. Now, verse 7, love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. That's a very high standard. Do you agree? Love bears all things. I mean, that is how strong it is. It can bear anything that comes at you. You can bear anything that comes at you if you have true love. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience. You can believe all things. In spite of what things look like, you can believe because you have love. And that takes a great faith and deep divine alignment to God's will. Because if you're aligned to His will, you're not easily moved by circumstances or people, for that matter. Because you're certain that what He's spoken is truth and it is rooted in His love. And He would never misguide you or lead you on a path that He did not ordain for you. Now, this is seriously deep faith and deep commitment in the Spirit. So some of you get this, some of you are probably wondering what on earth I'm talking about, but you will believe in spite of what you see, if your love is that grounded and rooted. And then hopes all things and endures all things. Okay? And of course, love is eternal, so there is no end to this love. This is why when I get into this divine unions and kingdom marriage teaching, this is a love that cannot be broken. If it is ordained by God, it is not going to be broken. In spite of disobedience, in spite of misalignment, it can be delayed, yes, but it will not be broken. Okay? It's beautiful. Love never ends. So again, this is in 1 Corinthians, reminding myself, 13, 4 through 8. And these are the characteristics of love. Anybody have any questions? Good to see you. Thanks for saying hello. I hope you're having a nice Monday and start to your week and start to the month of February, which I always get giddy in February because I'm a love fanatic. As many of you guys know. Okay, with this said, I'm going to move us for just a second so I can get this. I wonder if YouTube has like a heart filter. Because remember when I played with these, y'all? Do I have filters? I forgot where they are. No, we don't want that. No green screen. Thank you. Oh, there they are. I found them again. Let's see. I have to put my glasses on. Do you see any hearts? just for fun. My blue one's still there. Dance party, makeup, lenses. Oh, this is so crazy. What is this? I guess no. That's okay. Oh, you know what? Didn't YouTube used to have these little filters? Or no? I'm thinking of Instagram. Alright, anyways, no worries. So, yes, so let's get to the song messages. So, what is love? What is love to you? Oh, I gotta turn this down so you guys don't hear it. So I'm actually gonna start with this one. I was just thinking of it earlier today. I wrote, and I started this one a long time ago. Love is not. Which I haven't updated it since 2019. But I have 34 hours of music on this playlist. A lot of it is romantic love, which again, I'm going to be getting into tomorrow. And so I suppose this is a little bit of an introduction. But what I want to share is that part of our struggle with understanding and accepting the revelation of love comes from the misunderstanding that I received about love. In fact, I would say that's probably the foundational reason why I'm not able to either give it or receive it, because I'm still broken in this area when it comes to relationships. And of course, for all of us, it's so different. There's so many reasons and layers and roots to all of these things. But my hope really is with this series, especially as I get into tomorrow, when I get into the relational dynamic of love, is that you get to this place where you're free. You're free in your heart to understand truly and receive and believe truly, so that God can guide you on the right path for your life, for your heart. Y'all, this is so crazy. I have so many songs in here. I think I'm gonna give this one a listen tonight. So yeah, you know what? Let's come back. Let me start with the ones that that I got. I got these as song messages and soundtracks for 2026 and the month of February. And it's interesting, I don't know, the Lord's doing something in my life right now. Because He's been highlighting, obviously, 2022 for me, which, again, I just shared. 2022 was a big year for me. It was a very pivotal year for me. And He's reminding me of 2022 and the revelations that I was getting about love and when it came to my personal life. And I feel like I don't know what exactly He's doing, but I'm feeling excited again. I'm feeling like a newness, a renewal in my spirit with this with this love revelation. Even though it's like I got the revelation in 2022 specifically for myself, but I feel like he's bringing it back again for a specific reason. And I'm kind of early in the stage of this, but I'm just like, I'm basking in the joy of the love, of the revelation of the love that I was given. Because I, you guys, this has only happened to me a number of times in my life. But I am having this happened to me around that time, and actually the year before. But where I would just have these random, like, I would just have these random, like, laughing. It on the outside, it just looks like I'm crazy, like I'm just laughing for no reason. Anybody else? Am I the only one? Am I strange? Am I unusual and weird? Yes, probably. But I know some of you get this. I hope you do, or else I might be. But no, I'm not. I feel that joy again. It's coming back to my spirit, and it comes at a perfect time because of what God's doing in my life. So I'm very excited. And this is double portion because this is the year of new beginnings squared. Okay? There's so much, y'all. There's so much rich deepness to all of this. And I'm excited to get into it. But with that said, let me get here. Because otherwise this will turn into something else, knowing me. 2026. So the two, no, there's 3 songs actually. But what it was is I got the 2026 soundtrack. If those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I always hear in my spirit music. I always hear messages through music. And I always have a year soundtrack, or a soundtrack for the year, and then I have one for every month. This is just how it's always been for me. So the 2026 soundtrack that I got was, excuse me, you guys, I'm so sorry. Like, I literally just ate before I got in here, and I've been talking a lot. And I was talking a lot before this because I had a client earlier. But the song I got was All My Love and All Your Love. Together We Are Fine by Part Time. So there's 2 spaces with this song. One is the corporate understanding that when we operate in love, when we walk in love, and we do it together, it's beautiful and amazing, right? So that's the one layer. And then the second layer is the personal layer, because it is more of a romantic kind of song. But that's the soundtrack for this year. It's not just for the month. It is for the month, but it's also for this year. Oh, no. It is for this year. It wasn't for the month. So that already was, for me, was like, and I got it in January, I think, or toward the end of January. So I'm excited about that because I always wonder what the Lord's going to unveil. And this is like a love song, like it's a real love song. So beautiful. So February, I got a second soundtrack for the year. Okay, this has never happened, by the way. I always just get one. But I got a second soundtrack for the year and the first February song. Okay? So the second song and soundtrack for 2026 is Candy by Cameo. So I love this song. I've loved this song since I was a kid. And in 2022, it was like highlighted for me. And I've been calling 2026 the year, well, it's the year of new beginnings squared, but also I've been calling it, like I've been saying and describing it like it feels like pink liquid sugar, because it does. Because I don't know, something beautiful and gorgeous is happening this year. So the soundtrack for 2026 are two romantic love songs. Crazy. Just crazy. And amazing. And gorgeous and beautiful. Okay, and then February, and the second February song that I got was Mainline by Black Ivory, which is so, I love this song. It's a disco song, actually. And I literally have been listening to it nonstop since yesterday. Are we in the second? Yeah, since yesterday. And I don't know, it's just one of those songs that makes me happy. It's just wonderful. So yeah. Okay, so those were the songs I wanted to share. And then let me see. I'm going to my 2026 playlist to see if I even have any more. Oh yes. So the first song that I got in my playlist, and again, I got these like in January. Actually, now I'm looking at the first two songs. Another part-time song. So the first song I got was New Hearts by Naked Eyes, which I received back in 2020. No, I think I had it on playlist in 2021. And then the second song that I got for this playlist was A Love That Will Never Leave You by Part Time. So another part-time song, which is interesting. And I'm just seeing if I have any more love songs on here. That's all for now. But yeah, I love it. I don't know. God's doing something beautiful with this love this year for us, for you. And could it be a love that you just need in your spirit, that you need to come to the Lord and understand what love truly is? Or is it something He's doing in your personal life? Maybe He's revealing who your person is, or revealing to your person who you are, and He's bringing that union together. I don't know what He's doing, but it's beautiful and it's full of love, and I'm very excited. And 2026 feels like pink liquid sugar, and I'm so excited. Okay, let me see if there's another one I wanted to share. Oh yeah, 2022. I might as well go there now. So I'm going back to my 2022 playlists. And I had one, yes, it was called Love and Honor. Love and Honor Unveiled in 2022. That's what it was called, The Perfect Couple. Guys. So beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna actually go through and list the songs that are related to this. The love songs. Love Thy Will Be Done by Martika. Do Anything by Natural Selection. Love Is What I Say by INXS. If I Can't Have You by Yvonne Elliman. Just the Two of Us by Bill Withers and Grover Washington. I'll Be Good to You by the Brothers Johnson. Paradise by Sade. Active Love by Simple Minds. Burn For You by INXS. Love Song by Polly Rock. The Love